So then, we're halfway through the European Rally Championship season, and what a rollercoaster event at Delfi Rally Estonia. Let's talk a little bit about it. Let's talk about the headline events from it, and let's talk about the championship picture as we hit the halfway point of the season. So firstly, it turned out that the people that I had tipped beforehand as the ones to watch ended up being some of those ones to watch. Linamai taking the win from Project TTT on the power stage by 2.2 seconds, and the stage times that came in on that power stage were almost otherworldly. I mean, Linamai won that stage by 11.5 seconds. Osberg was over 4.6 back, and then it was John Armstrong 6.2 back, and then Gregor Yates was 35.6 back from the stage winner and picks up a power stage point. That tells you how impressive those feats were, and it's because of the wet, dry nature, and the weather had so much of an influence over the course of this weekend, as we've seen in all kinds of different motorsport that's been going on in Europe this weekend, and my reviews of World RX and the F1 will be coming out some point in the next couple of days. The weather was really the deciding factor, and you see that because in the dry people got caught out in the ruts. They hit stones. Tanak had such a high-speed crash, and he was running non-competitively, getting some test miles in i20 and Rally 1 hybrid, and luckily him and Martin Arvoyo are completely unheard from it, but it shows that the high-speed nature of it was there in the dry, but in the wet it was a lot more about attrition. You saw so many people going sideways, being caught out in waterlogged ruts. I mean, you saw John Armstrong's crash on Saturday where he ended up hitting the tree, and luckily all that happened was flat tyre and just a massive scuff mark off the side, and he took one of the light pods out and it was just dangling, just the rear left lamp. But yeah, that was the worst that had happened to him in that case. Anyways, it was just a mayhem-filled event, and you can tell that because the ones to watch were up towards the top end from the WRC2, so Linamai, Vevej, Krajin was your top three. But behind them, I mean, Franceschi didn't have a great weekend. Tempestini was out early on, having crashed out. And yeah, Hayden Paddon in 5th place was the best placed of the seemingly title favourites now. Now, Mats Osberg got to 4th, and that's a big boost to his championship. But what we're seeing more this time in the ERC is it is the people who are showing up more as one-offs who are the people who are performing incredibly well. I mean, this is the 3rd rally in a row now where you could argue that the person who's won the championship would be a one-off contestant. I mean, Venato might pop up in Rome, but Solberg doesn't usually do more than one event in the season. And likewise, the top 3 in this event likely won't do any more events in the season. We'll probably see the same thing when it comes to the UK round, because in Rally Ceredigion, you're going to have the British Rally Championship as well. So Philip Allen will be double dutying. You'll see people like Chris Ingram there, who of course is a former ERC champion himself. We're going to see this thing happen more and more often. And then what that means is it has a massive knock-on impact in the championship. So Hayden Paddon is now 10 points clear of Franceschi in 2nd in the championship after halfway point of the season. But it's 10 points, and one of these scores might be one of the worst scores they drop. The difference is that Franceschi's worst score is a non-score, and Paddon's worst score is round 2, Ila Canaria, where he finished 6th, got 1 power stage point at 16 points. So it could be the drop scores come into factor into this. But Mats Osberg is now clearly in 3rd in the championship, 10 points behind Franceschi, and 4th place ahead of Tempestini now is John Armstrong. John Armstrong's in 4th place on 42 points. He's 2 points ahead of Tempestini, he's 2 points ahead of Miko Marcek, who also had a good weekend and ended up coming home 7th. But this is just the topsy-turvy nature of the event. I mean, Paddon charged through from where was he overnight on the Saturday? He was in 7th. He just about cleared Andrea Mabellini, and he gained 2 places on that final day. It's just been such a up and down, attention-grabbing weekend in Estonia, and that's what I love about the ERC, because they're all in Rally 2s. It's quite an even playing field, and yeah, the gap between 1st and 3rd was over a minute, but then the gap between, say, 3rd and 6th was the next minute. In the ERC3, it was Robert Jurgensen who picked up a win from Patrick Enoch from Josep Ralph Nogene, So it was an all-Estonian podium there. Kerem Kazaz was the winner in the Rally 3 Fiesta Trophy from Philip Cohn by 30 seconds in the end. What it means is in the RC3 Championship, Igor Vidlak is still 5 points clear of Kerem Kazaz, with Philip Cohn in third place, 11 points back. Meanwhile, in ERC4, the junior ERC, it was again a topsy-turvy event. I mean, Max McRae ended up crashing out very early on the Saturday, but it was Jasper Farher, again a home driver, who won from Kalle Karlberg, then Mille Johansson in third, Carl Marcus Sai in fourth, and Timo Schultz in fifth. And of course, pretty much everybody who was entered the ERC4 this weekend was eligible for juniors as well. But what it means is that Mille Johansson in ERC4 is on 100 points, Kalle Karlberg on 72, Max McRae on 62. In junior ERC, it is Mille Johansson on 102, Kalle Karlberg on 72, and Max McRae on 63. So there are slightly different stories depending on the juniors and non-juniors in that event. And yeah, it has been a fun event to follow. It's been great to see what's going on in this, and yeah, the halfway point of the season. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.